Welcome back to another edition of our NFL playoff preview show. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Nephew Q, and I got my guy
Ike Burn, baby.
Ike Burn in the building. As you can tell, we all Tampa Bay'd out. We got our Tampa Bay shirt, Tampa Bay hoodie, Tampa Bay toboggans, Tampa Bay cups.
Playoff time, baby.
Playoff time,
Bucks,
baby. You
Go
know how
Bucks.
we do, so you already know. And then we got the playoff picture in the background, so you already know how we about to.
Whoa. I know y'all can do a show without some Cowboys fans up here. I ain't no way I'm gonna let you do this show. I heard you two was trying to hide to do this show alone. I just had to come on in.
Where the hell did you come from, my dog?
Man, I got sources everywhere. I heard you two was hiding out here about to dressed in this homely looking outfit y'all had on. I had to show some class. Navy blue and white. You know what it is. What are we talking about today?
So we before we got rudely interrupted.
No, it wasn't rudely. It was mandated. What is this? What is this? We professional here.
This right here is a championship cup. It's a Super Bowl winning cup. I know y'all haven't seen one of these in how long?
It's been a while, but we still have one.
Wait. Because for real, the last time they won the Super Bowl, Biggie and Tupac were beefing.
They was still alive.
They was beefing.
That
was when West Coast, East Coast was going.
You had Diddy out there dancing on the stage. That's the last time they won.
I will make a prediction: the Cowboys will win their sixth before the Bucks win their little third.
How much time you got on this earth?
I hope a long time. I hope I outlast.
You gonna be waiting for a minute.
I hope I outlast Jerry Jones. That's all I'm gonna say.
But we all go outlast.
Yeah, I hope so. No, I feel like that man's built out of something we just don't know about. What's that from Wakanda? What's that from? Vibranium. I feel like that man.
He's living like people that were in the Bible.
Yeah,
like 800 years old. He's already close.
He bought the team in '89. He hasn't aged today.
He looks like it.
His hair is aged, but the rest of him is not aged.
He's still getting around. But anyways, we're going to give you our NFL playoff predictions and what we think who's going to advance to the second round. You already know who we think.
Now, wait a minute. Now, we got to talk about. We're going to talk about that team that got eliminated Sunday night.
Who got eliminated Sunday night?
That team up in Wisconsin where they live off beer and cheese. Green, what's they called?
Listen,
Slackers.
Listen. It's the team that wants to be a Bay, but they can't be a Bay because there's only one Bay, and it's Tampa.
They Little Bay.
That's what we'll start calling them.
Little Bay.
Little Bay Packers.
Little Bay Packers. Okay. So, I'm so glad they're not in the playoffs. The playoffs are better without them. Shout out to Reginald Brown. I hope he watches this show.
I hope he is too.
Shout out to the Detroit Lions for having a great season. Dan Campbell, in my opinion, should be coach of the year.
I tell you what I love the most. The running back Jamal Williams that the Packers let go.
Oh, came back.
You talking about Swag Kazakaze? When the hidden villages of the den? That's who you talking about?
He went crazy on him.
As he should have. They cut him. They said, you ain't good enough to be the backup here no more. They drafted A.J. Dillon, neither team made the playoffs, but I feel like Jamal Williams had a reason to hold his head high after that game compared to the Packers.
He had more of an impact than A.J. Dillon did with the Packers this season.
He had 17 touchdowns this season.
He broke Barry's record, absolutely.
I mean, you can't be mad at that, dude.
Nah.
So, with them ending the season like that, what do you think they'll do going into next season? You think this is good for them going off on a high note like this?
You talking about Detroit?
Detroit. I ain't talking about no damn Little Bay Packers.
I think Detroit would compete for the division next year, considering they have a lot of draft picks in next year's draft.
Thank you, Rams.
A lot of draft picks.
Thank you, Rams.
Yeah, thank you, Rams. Another team that I thought should have been in the playoffs, but had a lot of injuries, a lot of issues. A team that's about to go through a lot of turmoil. Shout out to Daniel.
The Rams,
the Rams ambassador, as he calls himself.
The Rams is pretty much done. Their window is shut.
Their window is shut. They have no picks for the next 2 or 3 years.
What's old dude's name? Bubba Dub.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let him.
Trash.
Absolute trash.
I think the Coach McVay. I don't think he's going to be there too much longer.
I think he's going to broadcasting.
Jalen Ramsey, I think he's probably at it, but either this year or next year, I think he's.
I think Aaron Donald will retire. He was injured most of this season, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He was contemplating the last draft of the Super Bowl. I think he does retire after this season.
Jalen Ramsey seems like he's getting burnt almost at least 1 or 2 plays every other game.
That man is burnt. That man is burnt toast.
Mike Evans got him last year in the playoffs. I know you remember that. Mike Evans got him last year in the playoffs.
I remembered it. I loved it.
But I did want to talk a little more about the Lil Bay Packers.
Okay.
Though.
Go ahead, man. I love hearing trash.
I was showing Hot Dog a clip. Alan Lazard. They was asking him, "Do you think number 12 will be back?" And he was like, "I really don't know." And he was like, "I'll know where I'll be." And then he said something like, "I played my first game here, and possibly my last game here, which it is."
And they're both against the Detroit Lions. That's what he made that emphasis as well. To let it be known.
So to me, it's like letting it be known that he ain't coming back.
So I have,
and then you look at number 12, Aaron Rodgers. At the end of that Detroit game, I can't remember who it was.
It was Jameson Williams
trying to get his jersey.
He said, "Can I have that jersey?" He said, "Man, I'm gonna hold on to this one." You could hear it on live TV.
Yeah, so that to me,
Aaron
that
Rodgers
sounds
gone.
like if
It's
you just
over.
holding on to a jersey on a game that you lost.
You probably
I feel
not
like-
coming back.
It's not gonna happen. But
I
if you
feel like-
say I need to hold on to this one, it's letting me know, man, it's your last game in a
I
Packers
feel
be
like
quite
this
honest.
but this has been going on for 3 or 4 years now. This
I would
might
say at least
be
3 years.
3 or 4 years now. But here's my last question. Then I'm tired of wasting our valuable time talking about the Little Bay Packers. Is Mike McCarthy still the reason they haven't won more Super Bowls? Because Matt LaFleur hasn't got anything done.
Well, I think it's. I don't think it's the coaching staff.
I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
No, I don't even think it's Aaron Rodgers.
I just don't. I think management.
I think it's the GM. They don't get the pieces to put around them to really help them win.
I mean, they did on defense. They had. You look at that defense. They had players all over that defense. It's just.
But you don't give Aaron Rodgers the,
No help.
the weapons. You don't give him the. You go out. You get. Who they grabbed this year?
Christian
They brought
Watson.
they drafted him.
Talking
They
about Romeo
drafted
Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs. But then they went out and got
Sammy Watkins.
They
That
got
didn't work.
Sammy Watkins.
That didn't work.
They
Randall
brought
Cobb back. He's old.
But
He's washed
it's like
up.
you're not getting any big time talent.
No.
He don't have a true number one.
No,
None of
he
them
really
guys.
don't.
As
He
of
had
right
one.
now, none of them are number one receivers.
But you look back at last year, they were the number 1 seed. The playoffs ran through Green Bay, and they lose their first game.
Past 2 seasons.
Yeah, is that correct? Last 2 years
No,
they did.
they didn't lose their first game
he's
the
talking
year
about,
before.
He's talking about they had the number 1 seed. They had the number 1 seed last
yeah,
year.
yeah.
They had
And then
the number
y'all-
1 seed
the year
before.
y'all beat them.
Yeah.
We beat
So
That
they've
was-
had it the past 2 seasons, the number
we
1
beat
seed.
them in the
NFC Championship game.
game.
Yeah, I'm glad that y'all did that. By the way,
and then
the lesser of two evils. Y'all are definitely the lesser of two evils. Lesser of the bait. Lesser evil of the baits.
We'll take it.
San Francisco beat is that who beat them last year?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Jimmy
man,
Garoppolo went in there
Now the thing with San Francisco owns them, man.
in the playoffs. Absolutely.
Yes, in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. In the playoffs, they own.
You
them.
seen the meme where it said, "Oh man, we're going to miss the 49ers putting the Packers out again this year."
I think Aaron Rodgers
that's
was
exactly
retired
what we-
already. We just didn't know it.
I
That
don't
would've
think
been-
I don't think he's retired.
he's
I just
done.
think he played.
I think he was gonna
goes
go somewhere else.
I think he goes somewhere else only if he goes to a team that has nice
That he
talent.
can win.
That he has nice talent.
He's not going to
around.
go to a rebuilding team.
Okay,
obviously.
so before we get into the playoff preview, what is a young up and coming team that he can go to? Like Tom Brady, you had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all of these young guys on offense
I
that
don't think it
Aaron
has to
Rodgers can go to.
I don't think it has to be a young,
maybe an
team.
established team.
But it has to be because Aaron Rodgers is going to want his money at the
Okay,
same
sorry,
time.
here we
What,
go. All
what
right.
I'm asking is, so what if Brady's done this year
He's going to take a pay cut.
and they ask Rodgers to come play?
He's going to take a pay cut.
Now, I have another one I was thinking about. What if Sean McVay does stay with the Rams? Because you take out the injuries, they have talent. They still got Cooper Kupp,
Right.
Allen Robinson, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, Cam Akers.
Possibly Odell next season.
Possibly Odell next year. So that's another spot. And it's a California team.
But
And what about the 49ers, of course? That's the huge elephant in the room is the 49ers. What if they decide to bring him in and to give Trey Lance more time? Because you can't look at Brock Purdy and say, man, we appreciate you winning us 10, 11 straight games in a row, but we need you to go back to the bench. Come on, man. You can't do that.
you can't, but it's a business.
Trey Lance is trash.
It's a business
Go
at
ahead.
the end of the day.
Thank you.
Shout out to Bubba Duck.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's a business, so I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but 49ers ain't in the business to protect people's feelings.
I know, but
So-
you might possibly have your future quarterback right here.
You could, but you also have a future quarterback in Trey Lance. So now you got two future quarterbacks.
No.
I'm not saying us.
No.
I'm not saying us. I'm saying the 49ers.
No, Trey Lance has no future. Maybe in the
I
XFL.
don't think so. You don't think so. He don't think so. Only one who thinks so is Chris Jones and people in San Francisco. But outside of them people,
Chris Jones don't even think so.
Now would be the time I would say shout out to Chris Jones, but no, just not doing
we're
it.
good. So you think that the 49ers should hold on to Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
I think he's shown. Now
we talk about the Bucks.
Now, with Brock Purdy, when a player comes in, either they play well, the next year really shows.
Yeah, the sophomore year.
Now teams got to know who they are. They got film.
You talk. The Bucks are talking about their future. Would you accept Jimmy Garoppolo coming to Tampa Bay?
I don't want Jimmy.
No.
Okay.
I don't want Jimmy at all.
Nope.
I got you.
Nope.
There's 3 quarterbacks that I think could end up in Tampa, and because with the talent that we have, we're gonna go after
Big quarterbacks.
Some big.
Y'all should.
We should.
We're gonna go after some big names.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
Brady's coming back.
Kyle Trask is the answer. I don't think
No.
Brady's coming back.
No.
Derek Carr is one. I think he could come, and I would happily accept Derek
I
Carr.
don't got no problem with Derek Carr.
I think
He's just on a terrible
I just think
organization.
he got a terrible coaching staff this year. Last year he looked
all
great.
right. Yeah, he looked all right.
No, he actually played great last year. For real, I didn't know about how this coaching staff was going to be, but he was actually one of my picks to be in the running for MVP this year. I thought.
You talked about him
I
in our
thought Ed
preseason show.
Devontae was going to be even bigger. Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
You would like to think so.
I was like, man, I think they're going to be good, but I think their play calling is terrible.
Yeah. Josh McDaniels is terrible.
Boy genius.
He is terrible.
You look at the Raiders, like early in his career, they won their division, went 12-4. And, he tore his ACL right before the playoffs started. In my opinion, I think he was going to win MVP before he got hurt. That's when they had Amari Cooper. They had I can't remember who the running back was then. I can't remember the number 2. The number 2 was really good. I can't remember I can't remember a lot of their pieces, but I remember Amari Cooper was a receiver. It was Jack Del Rio was a head coach, and they were rolling. And then Derek tore his ACL, and they had to start a third-string quarterback, and they got bounced in the first round of the playoffs, of course. But Derek Carr has talent.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
you got to put the right
Raiders,
management and coaching staff around.
It's been a long time since we've seen a quarterback succeed. Rich Gannon, that was 20 years ago.
Damn.
And we ain't seen him since y'all tore him up in the Super Bowl. So we ain't, but I'm just saying Derek Carr deserves a chance.
I think
I would happily accept him. There's 2 other quarterbacks.
ahead.
There's 2 other quarterbacks that I think that could end up in Tampa. We just spoke about one a minute ago, Aaron Rodgers. I do think that there's a chance that he could end up in Tampa. He wants to go to a team that has talent around him. He would have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans,
Cameron Braid. What's the young tight end? I can't think of his name.
Cade Otton, which I think is our new number 1. He's our new number 1 tight end. Our running game hasn't been good this year.
We gotta get one of them.
But our offensive line has been hurt.
Yes.
So I think with our offensive line back, I do like Rashad White in the backfield.
Speed guy, I like him. Yeah, he's solid.
I like playoff Lenny at certain times of the game
when he's aggressive.
I think he's one of them people. If we're running the ball decent at the end of the game, he's one of them people who he gets better
as the game
goes.
Yes.
When the defense starts wearing down, he's the guy you give the ball to.
Oh yeah.
Now,
6'2", 250 frame.
The third quarterback that I hate saying this,
Lord,
but the third quarterback that I think that could end up in Tampa is Lamar Jackson.
I just don't think he fits with y'all.
I just don't think we have the money for him.
I
just don't think we. I love it in theory, but the money that he wants, I just don't think we have the cap space to give it to him.
I just don't think he fits.
But do you think he wants to go to a team that has talent,
or
do you think
he wants
now
to go where he's wanted?
Is it the money right now,
yes.
or is it the?
It's the money,
or is it the I want to win?
Because
it's the money, because that's why he's holding out in Baltimore.
But Baltimore also doesn't getting the.
They just gave Roquan Smith. They just
5-year, $100 million deal.
So that's a slap in Lamar's face. You give him money, but I can't get my damn money.
$20 million for a linebacker.
I can't get my damn money. So,
but what I'm saying is that they don't go out and get him receivers. They don't get him the help.
well, is it that they don't give him go out and get him receivers, or is it the receivers just don't want to come because of his play style?
The way the play style.
I don't think they go.
They had
after
Hollywood Brown
because
and they had
I
Bateman.
think they do. It's just that
But that's
receivers
not-
aren't interested in going there.
But what I'm saying, when is he ever going to have a true number one?
Bateman, I think Bateman could be a number one. It's just he's been hurt.
He could be.
You got to draft,
But he's
him.
been hurt.
But
You got to draft that
I
guy.
don't think they go get the talent. I don't think they try to get the talent.
They did. They got Brown, right?
They got Hollywood Brown in the first round.
Yeah, but we talking about drafting. I'm talking
They
about.
did draft.
They drafted.
They
I
drafted
know.
Hollywood.
I said we talking about drafting.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in free agency.
They can't.
Go get.
I don't think they can.
They can.
I don't think so. I think they've
they're just-
tried.
I think
I think
who
they
was it
tried, but
Who were they going after?
Oh, man.
I just think that
I know there was one.
top
And
tier receivers aren't looking to play with Lamar because
they
of his
spurned him
accuracy
because
issues.
of accuracy issues and just they run the ball.
So I just it's not necessarily
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
think they don't try. It's just that guys, just top tier wide receivers, really
Just
aren't.
don't want to go there. They want to go to pocket passing quarterbacks and get their numbers.
Yeah.
And because you go to a Baltimore team, you're asked to block a lot. And receivers, man, they divas these days. They don't want to block.
But I think they're asking to block a lot because they don't really have
Like-
receivers, so they have to run the ball.
So
a lot.
like for instance, last season when Odell became a free agent, you don't think the Ravens didn't try to get
That
him?
was that's who it was.
Like, but
Odell was
he's not
one,
trying
yeah.
to go there because he's like, man, I'm a deep threat. Like Lamar can't give me the ball like I want, so
Yeah.
why am I gonna go
Well,
there?
I think the reason Odell didn't pick them wasn't because of Lamar. It wasn't. It's because he had a chance to go to the Rams, a team who was picked to be one of the Super Bowl
Yeah, because
contenders.
the Ravens didn't make the playoffs last year.
The Ravens wouldn't look.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
so
Nobody
then-
was looking at
so
the
then-
Ravens as a Super Bowl
Why
contender.
didn't he go to the Packers? Because you could have had Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and Odell Beckham. You see what I'm
Cold
saying?
weather.
So he still had a
No, that was
chance.
because of cold weather. He didn't want to play there.
Also,
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he would have had Rodgers and he would have had Adams, but still going to the Rams, you were good all over.
I think the pressure was off because he was going to be the number 3 because you had Cooper Kupp and when he signed he was going to be the number 3, but the day he got there, Robert Woods tore his
Woods
ACL.
got hurt.
Was it Robin Woods?
It was Robert Woods. He
I'm
tore his
thinking Allen
ACL,
Robinson.
so then he became the number 2.
Yeah.
And then Van Jefferson stepped in at the number 3 spot. But I mean, Odell was playing great in that Super Bowl until he got hurt.
So he got hurt.
But then you got to think also, man, they had probably the best defense in football last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
But at the same time, you also got to think we were one play away from beating them, so it wasn't like they was just invincible.
Man, let me tell you something.
Between them and we were Super Bowl contenders.
Hey, man.
We had a third wide receiver spot.
Hey,
So
man.
shit, we still got a third wide receiver spot.
we didn't go for him.
That was scripted. There's no way y'all should have been that close. Y'all were getting y'all butts kicked, then all of a sudden y'all start making all these great plays. Stop it.
That's what we do.
That was scripted.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
I just wish we just did it from the beginning.
You know what I hope y'all do?
What's
I
that?
hope y'all next year come out and say, we've decided to make Kyle Trask a starter. We believe in this guy. I hope that's exactly what y'all do next year.
What, moving on from
Now,
that.
well, I hope you guys continue to put number 4.
We will. We
To
will.
put number
We
4
will.
behind the
Because
center.
we do nothing but stupid. we do dumb things, so that's what we're going to do.
Matter of fact, yep. Y'all paid them, what was it, $200-something million or whatever?
160 for 4 years, yes.
Y'all have fun with that.
We only got 2 years left, so
He's
hopefully
counting
Jerry
down.
Jones. I've been counting down. I started a calendar starting last year.
excited countdown.
Last days we got a number 4, and if y'all want to know why I call him number 4, you watch him play, you understand why he's not worthy of a name.
Man, before we move on,
I hate that man.
I was watching y'all game yesterday, and second quarter, and I think you know what I'm about to go to.
Yeah.
The 2 pick sixes that he
Man.
threw to Fuller
Oh my gosh.
back to back. When I was watching it, I was like, damn, okay, he slipped the field. And then I looked down and I looked back up. He got a pick 6. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, he just went back to the side.
The Cowboys ran the same play, which this time I will say Michael Gallup got space on Kendall Fuller compared to the first time he did not.
It was Noah Brown. The second
No,
time.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
first
Noah
time,
Brown.
I think the first time might have been back with Gallup.
Yeah.
The second time was
It was
Noah
Noah
Brown.
Brown.
Noah Brown got some space. If Dak could have thrown it a little
If he
farther,
let him.
if he let him, that was a first down.
Yep.
But instead,
It might
I
have
think he
been
got some
more.
pressure in his face, and number 4 is going number 4. So
He threw it right to him.
I have no faith in this man.
He said, "You want a contract? I'll get you a big contract. I'm gonna throw this ball right in your hands."
Oh,
We're
man,
going
I'm-
to get to some Cowboys
We
talk.
gonna get to
We're
some
gonna-
Cowboys
we're
talk.
gonna-
Yeah.
we're gonna
You know,
start-
let's get into
We're
it.
going to start off, though.
So let's get into the NFL preview. I'm taking time out. Scoot in a little bit. No, not you good. Right. It's just when he was leaning back, he was out of the picture.
Oh, we good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right, so let's get into these NFL playoffs. We are finally here after 18 long weeks of up and down roller coaster, especially for us. Up and down roller coaster season.
I've enjoyed it.
I bet you have. Y'all kind of like tailed off at the end, but
Are y'all the new NFC East?
No.
I think y'all are.
This is a one-off.
Nah,
this
man.
is a one-off.
The Carolina ain't gonna do nothing. Atlanta ain't gonna do nothing. It's until they decide a quarterback in New Orleans, they ain't gonna do anything. Or a coach
next year.
Y'all look like the new NFC East. No.
Best division next year.
Y'all look like the NFC going south real quick.
Book it. Next season, best division.
One team in the playoffs.
We're gonna have Lamar Jackson in Tampa. And then you're gonna have
he's not gonna go
Aaron Rodgers in Atlanta.
Man. No, Lamar's going to the division, but he's going to Atlanta. You heard it here first.
Lamar be in Atlanta.
Y'all have Kyle Trask next year.
We'll probably have Derek Carr.
Did you say Kyle Trask or Trash? Which one was
both?
Both. That's a second round pick.
But anyways, let's get into the first matchup. We got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks actually have 2 first-round picks and actually have a third number 3 overall thanks to the Denver Broncos. Shout out to them. Shout out to Ralph because your team is horrible. But anyway.
Let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride.
Let's ride word.
Go ahead. In the words of Bubba Dub again.
Trash.
So, Hot Dog, I'm going to throw it over to you, man. 49ers and Seahawks kick off the NFL playoffs this Saturday at 4:30. Who you got winning this matchup?
Well, Q, I sat here and thought about this game for a whole about 10 seconds. This is going to be a blowout. I hate to admit it. I got the 49ers winning this game big at home to start their campaign in the playoffs. I got them winning 31-13.
31-30. So you give the Seahawks 13. All right. So you believe in Brock Purdy like that?
I like Brock Purdy. This defense is elite. They might be the what?
You kind of look like him a little bit
because I'm white. Because I'm white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He ain't got my credit score.
He ain't got your credit score.
But I watched Brock Purdy in college. I was a big fan of his. I can't believe he fell this far because a couple years ago he was projected to go in the first round. So I don't know what happened, but I got them winning 31-13. I like the move. Trey Lance, you looking for a job, buddy?
I know. Well, you know what?
Him and Jimmy G.
No, they need a backup.
The Ravens should trade for Trey Lance if Lamar Jackson. But that's neither.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
All right. I know we got Jones's 49ers, and I know it pains you.
So I agree. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Okay.
I have Seattle win it. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say what?
You trying to trick the fans at home?
Okay.
But I also have the Niners scoring 31, but I'm giving Seattle 17. I think they score some garbage points.
I think that one of the corners falls down and DK gets wide open for like a 75-yard touchdown. That's what I'm saying.
They scored by accident.
I will say this though. I hope Seattle wins.
Oh, me too. I'm cheering for Seattle.
If Seattle
12th man, let's go.
If Seattle if Seattle wins, we are all jumping in a vehicle and we riding up to the field.
We're going to see Jones.
We're going to see Jones. We're seeing Jones. You hear us?
Come on outside, Jones.
Come outside, Jones.
Come on outside.
Nah, but they're not going.
There ain't no way.
Man, they're too good, man. They got a great defense.
This will be the most lopsided game of the weekend.
You think so?
Absolutely. This is my blowout pick of the week.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say it is. They probably gonna win by more, but I got another game. I think it's gonna be. This gonna be.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this consensus. We all got the 49ers in this matchup.
Yeah,
we all think it's gonna be a blowout. Yeah. The 49ers defense is too much for the Seahawks offense. So I'm gonna go along with you guys. You gave them 17,
31-17.
17. You gave
31-13.
13. I'm a 28-10. I just don't believe Geno can do anything with this defense.
No.
I think they get one touchdown off of adrenaline and hype, and then once that calms down, the 49ers settle into the ball game. They take off from there.
They scored one touchdown off accident. And they get a field goal at the end of the half, and then they get another one somewhere else.
They'll get downfield and get a field goal. You think you give him 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
I don't see Geno getting 2.
I think I'm score 2.
I could see Kenneth Walker getting.
I think he gets a touchdown, and I think they throw one to DK.
But I will say I'm impressed with Seattle. This was a rebuild that was 2 years away. They made the playoffs. they had a great draft class. They had the best draft class. You look at from top to bottom. They got Tariq Woolen in the 4th round. They got the Kobe Bryant kid in the 4th or 5th round. They got Kenneth Walker late. They just made.
They also got Noah. I know it's not a draft pick, but Noah Fant.
They got Noah Fant from the trade, and also you look at those 2 tackles. They hit on both those tackles. The 1st round pick, I think it's Cross or Mississippi State.
They got a good linebacker too. I can't think of his name.
And who was the other draft pick they got? The right tackle, Abraham Lucas, the 3rd round pick. I mean, they hit on all their draft picks.
I actually thought Seattle was going to be last in their division this year.
Yeah,
but I think everybody had them.
They surprised me.
A lot of people there was bets that people didn't think they would win a game this year.
Man, I didn't think
and
that.
They won 9. They won. I didn't either, but I had them winning, I think, 3 or 4 games. And like I said, me and you had a show before the season started, and I said, they'll have the number 1 pick next year.
Lo and behold.
But nobody thought that it was going to be the Broncos.
It's the other way around.
The other way around.
Having a top 5 pick.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph. Man, your team is terrible. Let's ride on to this next game.
Let's get into it. We got the Jaguars versus the Chargers. I'm going to throw it over to you first. It's Saturday at 8:15. You got the late night game. Who you got in this matchup?
Before I go into who I got, I want to say I think this game is going to be very, very close.
Okay.
Jacksonville,
They're better than people think.
They have surprised me this year.
Mm-hmm.
I did not give Trevor Lawrence. I did not think he was going to be that good.
Did you think he was going to be more of a bust or just a regular type of guy?
I thought he was going to be a bust.
Okay.
I don't know why. I guess it was the style of play in Clemson. I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
He's proving me wrong.
He's very good.
This man is good. Like,
is there a most improved player award in NFL like there is in the NBA? Because if there was, he'd be in the running. Him or Geno would be running away.
I think Geno would probably get it over him.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Geno took a team, like you said,
they weren't even supposed to win a game.
Yeah, and people were predicting they wouldn't win a game and get the first pick.
But who thought Jacksonville would be any good?
No, you didn't.
Go back to the first show. What did I say? I said Trevor Lawrence will have the type of season this season like people thought he was going to have last season.
You did. You did. We did have a long discussion about that, and I thought it was crazy.
I would have thought you was crazy too, but now.
But a lot of people thought the Christian Kirk signing was the joke of the offseason, and he had a great year.
And they had a really good year.
And Zay Jones had a great. They're the only team I think that had 3 receivers with over 800 yards. Him, Zay Jones, and who's the other one?
Zay Jones been playing. He played real good.
There was another
slinging that thing.
There was 3 of them, I believe. I can't remember who the third one was.
And they got Trevor Lawrence on a rookie deal still.
And they got Calvin Ridley coming in next year. And Evan Ingram looks like he's revitalized his career. Travis Etienne.
You got Etienne.
That team's built for the future.
If they can draft correctly,
and their defense isn't bad.
That's what I was going to say. If they put a little bit more pieces on the defense, maybe some safety help, some secondary help, they'll be all right for the next 3-4 years if they can do that. But
well, getting into that, like I said, I think it's going to be a very close game. Sorry, Moody, but I got Jacksonville winning 28-27.
Last minute field goal, perhaps.
I think so. So I think it's going to come down to that.
Yep.
So before I throw it over to you real quick, Hot Dog, right now, who's the better quarterback, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert?
Ooh,
I would say right now. Right now, I would say Herbert.
Okay,
but I think Trevor Lawrence is trending in the right direction to be a great.
Okay.
I think he has the chance to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Top 5 quarterbacks.
Up there in that
Doug
range.
Peterson as his coach, absolutely he does.
Same question to you. Better quarterback right now.
Oh, it's Herbert. Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a big Herbert guy. I just think that this year, I know they won 10, 11 games, but I think they could have won more. They had a lot of injuries this year.
Yeah.
Especially all those great players. They signed J.C. Jackson. Mm-hmm. He was hurt most of the year. Mac's been hurt most of the year. Mike Williams was hurt. Keenan Allen. Herbert was playing hurt all year, and they still won all these games.
Derwin James get hurt some point.
Derwin James got hurt.
I feel like you know who Herbert reminds me of?
Who's that?
He's like to me a new age Brett Favre.
You think so?
I think he's a gunslinger.
I could see that.
He's a gunslinger.
I can see it.
He doesn't make as many mistakes.
Yeah, he's more aware. He has his awareness.
But he's
better.
a gunslinger. He gets that ball. He throws that ball.
But right now, I believe that Herbert's better, but I think Lawrence's ceiling is higher.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
See, I agree. That's why I say I think he's trending in the right direction.
You were on the same page on that, Ike.
So who you got in this 8 o'clock Saturday matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers?
I got I am not sorry, Moody.
Damn, Moody.
I got the Jags winning this game at home, 30-27, last second field goal by Riley Patterson to win the game.
Okay. For this one, you know what? Again, I think I'm gonna go consensus, just because I want to see Moody be miserable. That's
I think
all.
this game is going to be. I think this will be the closest game of the weekend.
But I have a little lower score in that game
of the
than
first
y'all
round.
do. I'm gonna get a 20-17 in this matchup, just from the standpoint of you have two young quarterbacks who haven't really
been in this moment.
You know what I'm saying? Especially more so for Trevor Lawrence. So, but I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars do have the better of the teams between the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Jacksonville 20-17 in this matchup.
But the thing I worry about for the Chargers, I think they're going to be more amped up because of all the preseason pressure and all the hype that was on it. Because remember, when you talked, I had them in the AFC Championship game. Had them losing, of course, but I had them in the AFC Championship game. So I think there's a lot. I think they're more amped up, and I think the Jaguars are thinking they have nothing to lose. Even though it is the playoffs, if we lose, we're still 2 years away. If
we weren't even supposed to be here.
Well, I was getting ready to say they hit their stride at the right time, which is the back end of the season. So I'm gonna think they're gonna continue with that momentum and beat the Chargers in this matchup. But then we move on to the Sunday matchups, and we have the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins for the 1 o'clock Sunday game. Hot dog, throw it over to you first. Who we got?
Man, going into the season, this will have been a really good game considering Tua and all the receivers they brought in with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle his second year. But Tua's hurt. Teddy Bridgewater's hurt. They're down to Skylar Tompkins, who I don't know who that guy is. I don't know where he came from. He looks like a guy that coaches Pee Wee football. I just don't really have much faith in Miami at this point. They lost four straight going into the last week. They barely beat the Jets in the last second field goal. So give me Buffalo. I'm gonna say 30-13. 30-13.
Ooh, damn. 30-13.
It's gonna be a blowout.
Sheesh. I mean, you ain't too. Go ahead. Who you got in this match, man? Who you got in this 1 o'clock matchup?
I agree with him. I think if Tua wasn't hurt,
it would have been a lot better game.
I think it would be a really good game.
It would have made me think about it.
It probably would have been my game of the first round instead of the Jags game.
Okay.
But no Tua.
No, not even Teddy Bridgewater. No hope.
I think no Tua, no Bridgewater, no hope.
No.
Now I do think Miami will still score some points because
I don't think so.
No.
Tyreek's gonna bust for one.
That's the touchdown I'm counting on.
Waddle's gonna play decent. They got a decent running game with Mostert and
Breida. Matt Breida.
Nah,
Breida's in New York.
Nah, who is it? Chase? Chase Edmonds. So I think they'll still score some points.
Yeah.
But I think they get busted. I got the score 34-20 Buffalo. I think towards the end of the game, Buffalo starts to let up a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Might even take some people out. I think the score gets ugly early.
Yeah. I agree. I think the score gets ugly early. I think it's going to be a 21-0 ball game by the third quarter.
Oh, wow.
So for me, 28-7. Just from the standpoint of what you said, they're playing with their third string quarterback.
Tyreek will bust one, a punt return or whatever. He'll bust one.
I don't even think he'll bust one because they're putting their third string quarterback, so they're going to make him beat them, right? So they're going.
But you can't really do that.
Why can't you?
Because you got Jalen Waddle on the other side as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to make Tyreek. They're going to make the quarterback beat them. But and so doing
the thing is, though, is either one of them two guys, because they're both really fast. You can hit either one of them with a quick
but that's what I'm
slant,
saying.
and they can.
So
they can take something
if
to
we
the house.
rush 3 and drop 7, that eliminates all of that because we saying, okay, we don't trust y'all run game, and we know y'all quarterback can't beat it, so we gonna see if y'all run game can beat us. Then
That's it.
But
we gonna force y'all to make him pass the ball.
But they have a running back who can bust something.
You gonna have to run me out of this 3-4 defense.
Mostert can
You gonna have to run me out
break
of it.
one. I think they're gonna score. I think they're gonna score some points.
It's gonna get ugly real quick.
But
I'm with you on this one.
I think they're gonna go up big early.
Okay.
But then I think that they score.
We want to see
touchdowns.
Case Keenum really early in the second half.
Think so?
And that's when I think they score.
Warm your arm up, baby.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's when they score some garbage points.
Okay.
And that's why I said
Okay.
they're gonna score a couple.
Okay, so I give you that. Yours is more so they get garbage points, not necessarily
That's why I said it's gonna get
within
ugly.
the flow of the game.
Nah, it's gonna get ugly.
Okay,
I
I
got
got
you.
Now I do think they bust one early. I mean, not real early, but I think like going into
Enough to
half.
make you think this game might not be over with.
I think going into halftime, it's going to be like 21-7.
They do it in a way that wakes Buffalo up. Like, okay, we got to play for real.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's going to
okay.
be like 21-7, 21-10 going into the second half.
Okay,
right.
And
And then after that, Buffalo takes off.
I
and
think
then-
Buffalo goes up like 34-10,
Yeah.
and then they
Sit it
take
down.
some people out.
Yep.
Woo, y'all talking strong today. Y'all got people sitting down in the playoffs. Y'all got 2 blowouts going on.
Yep.
So we
Well,
gonna,
you know that and that's another reason I think they might give us. I think Buffalo's going to be coming into this game looking ahead
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
because they're most likely going to have they're most likely going to have to play the Bengals.
Yeah.
So I think they're looking ahead. That game is going to mean a whole lot
more to them.
to
than-
them.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it might get ugly real quick because if they're looking ahead to the Bengals because that's the matchup they really want, they're gonna try to shut this shit down quick.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Yeah,
but I think it's also when teams don't play
You're right.
their
Well,
best, it's because they're not
Too
looking
anxious
at
to get to the
But I
you try
think
to-
they still win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fair. And then we got the Sunday afternoon game. The
No, wait a
4:30
second.
What's that?
What was your score of the game?
Hey, what did I have?
didn't
First
say
you had
nothing.
21-0 early, but you didn't
Yeah,
have
21-7.
Yeah.
28-7. 28-7. I said they'll have 21-7 by the third
Okay,
quarter.
you
and
did
then
say
they-
the score.
yeah.
That's
and then
right.
28-7. So
That's
we're
right.
moving on to the 4:30 matchup. We have Hot Dogs Vikings because he's a big Kirk Cousins fan versus the
do like
New
Kirk Cousins.
York. Huh?
I do like Kirk
See, told you.
Cousins. I do
Versus
like
the
Kirk
New
Cousins.
York Giants. I'm gonna throw it over to you for this 4:30 matchup. Who you got?
Upset alert.
Okay.
Upset alert.
Okay.
I'm going with the Giants.
Can I please know why?
I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
I don't trust their team, period.
The whole team. The
I
whole
like what the
organization.
Giants did, getting the rest of their team.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played early this year, right?
The Giants and the Vikings. I
Yeah,
believe they did
the
play.
Vikings beat them on the last second field goal.
Yeah, they barely beat them.
Yeah.
I think with the rest, I think the Giants pull it out this time.
think the
And
Giants-
guess what I think it's going to be?
What's that?
A last second field goal. I got the Giants 24-23.
Before I kick it over to Hot Dog, do you think the Giants have an answer for Justin Jefferson?
That's still be the biggest question of the game because they
but,
don't.
But one thing though is I think that Daniel Jones's legs and Saquon Barkley, they eat up a lot of clock.
Okay.
They keep Justin Jefferson
side.
and them
On
off the field a
sideline,
lot, and I think that's how they end up pulling this out. That's my upset of the
What's
that's
your
my upset.
Well, he's depending on Daniel Jones. What is the world coming to?
I didn't say his arm.
His legs.
I said his legs.
Nah, if it's on his arm, they
I
can
ain't say his
beat.
arm.
You say his arm.
I
Okay.
said his
You say
legs.
just to clarify.
And he can run.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
all he can do.
All right.
And he's great at handing the ball off.
Yeah, I remember that one run. Was it last year, 2 years ago, when he broke off and he was like 60-yard run and then
he
he tripped over his own feet?
Yeah,
and
tripped over his
fell?
own feet. Yeah, Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, okay, we got the upset. So Hot Dog, NFC East foe Giants versus your guy Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. What you got?
I think the Giants win this game, but for a different reason. I think it's going to be the Giants' defense winning this game. There's a guy over there that scares the hell out of me. His name's Thibodeau, the rookie defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
He has been on fire the last month and a half.
He's a little bit of trouble right now, but nonetheless.
Yeah, but right now I just don't. And the Vikings' offensive line's been shaky this year. if you get to Kirk Cousins early, make him uncomfortable early, you've already got him beat. Now, I don't think the Giants have the secondary. Now, Dory Jackson's a formidable corner,
okay.
but he's not someone that's going to shut Justin Jefferson down. Now, if they don't get to Kirk Cousins, then I like Kirk Cousins in this game. But I think that Thibodeau, Leonard Williams, and Dexter Lawrence, I think those guys will get after Kirk Cousins, make him uncomfortable, and shut the running game down. And I'm with Ike. I think Daniel Jones, Saquon do enough. The receivers that they do have make enough big plays. So my prediction is the Giants win 30-27. Late fourth quarter touchdown.
Big score.
Late fourth quarter touchdown. Daniel Jones throws it to Kenny Galladay. Ooh. Redemption story. I love a good redemption story.
Man, I'm
So you had 30,
30-27.
30-27,
24-23.
Okay.
I'm over feeling kind of weird that
You and Hot Dog,
me and Hot Dog been agreeing
y'all
on.
hitting on every.
We've been agreeing on a lot of stuff.
everyone so far. But I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna pick the Vikings in this matchup just because I want to break up everybody being on the same page.
I hope to God the Vikings win because I hate the Giants, but I just don't. I like Kirk Cousins, but like if you get to him early, you look at the games they lost this year. The Cowboys beat them 40-3 at Minnesota. That we got to him early. Green Bay busted them up. They got to him early. If you can get to him early, make him uncomfortable.
Who'd they come back up? Was it the Colts? Wasn't it the Colts
It was
that
the
was
Colts.
up
They were down
real
like
big on them?
33-0.
And they came back.
And
but
won.
if the Colts can get up that big on you, then
But you remember that game, like a lot went wrong for the Vikings, a lot went right for the Colts. So I think that was a fluke. I think that was a fluke. So, but right now I got the Giants winning, but it could go either way to me. It really could.
It ain't going no either way. I'm going Minnesota Vikings. Y'all got high scoring games. I'm gonna go in a low scoring game in this joint. 17-14 Vikings. I just don't believe the Giants just have enough firepower to put up 24 or put up what you have 30.
30, yeah.
30. I just don't see them doing that in a playoff game. I just don't see that. So I'm gonna get 17-14 Vikings in this matchup. And then we got the last Sunday matchup, the 8:15, the late night matchup, which I wish Lamar Jackson was playing in this because it'd be a little bit more exciting. Ike, I'm gonna throw it over to you. Bengals versus Ravens Sunday night. Who you got?
I'm going with the Ravens. No, I'm just
I was
playing.
gonna say,
Stop it.
I was getting ready to say what?
Now you just trolling, man.
I wasn't expecting that.
Nah.
Man,
Okay.
You know they.
Man, I was about to say what?
You know the Bengals fans in BTG, man. You know they come
They
from my
are
neck.
too.
They
They
come
are.
from my neck because
I don't know
because
who's-
I've talked bad about the Bengals over the
Please,
years.
Ravens. Please, Ravens.
I don't know who's worse.
Please,
I don't know
Ravens.
which fans are worse, the Bengals fans or the Eagles fans.
Oh Lord,
I'm gonna say Bengals fans.
I'm saying Eagles fans.
I don't know because
Eagles fans have always been obnoxious.
Gert and
Bengals
Drew.
fans just now became obnoxious.
I mean,
So
we got to see live videos of Gurton every week, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? And I'd rather listen to Bengals
you
fans.
got Drew. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
You
Drew.
can tell they are not used to success.
Yeah.
You can really tell.
And then the Bengals
You
fans,
got Willie and then Adam Kent.
Yeah,
and
you-
Vance Wade.
Willie Mack.
yeah,
Willie
Willie
Mays.
Mays.
Yeah,
Willie Mays.
You got Willie. You got Adam.
Yeah, they just
You got Pence.
they just get on my
You know,
nerves.
they all tag me and everything.
That's why I say they more annoying because they new to this.
Yeah, they are definitely
They new to this,
They are
so
definitely new to this.
they walking around with their chest poked out.
I mean, you know what? You know what
But you
made
know
me.
what?
I'm gonna tell
They
you
have a
what
right
made me.
to. They're that team.
They ain't got a right
Let me
to.
tell you what made me hate the Bengals.
They're fans.
All right, I went up to Cincinnati to a Bengals Bucks game. I think it was like 2007.
I want to say, didn't you go to the Bengals Bucks games? I feel like you wore a Mike Evans jersey up there.
I did. It was the last time they were up there.
Okay,
Yeah, I was
that's
at
what I
that game.
thought.
All right,
yes.
so
Yeah.
I think this one was like in 2007. Josh Freeman was our quarterback.
Lord have
2009. 2009.
So
Yeah.
okay, so it was right
I
around
remember
that
that,
time.
yeah.
So I'm up there. I'm in my Buck stuff. You know, the Bengals was winning. It's fourth quarter. It's like a minute and 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bengals have the ball. The fans were tapping me on my shoulder. They're screaming. They're cussing me out. Take your ass back to Tampa. You should have never came up. You came up here for nothing.
Bengals
Get out,
fans-
you loser.
Bengals fans are horrible.
So they were going through all of that. When I say I'm telling you, they're tapping me. They talking crazy to me.
They are. I will agree with
look,
Ike. They are pretty unbearable.
Carson Palmer throws an interception.
Yep.
Bucks have the ball. Josh Freeman throws a bomb down the sideline.
Vincent Jackson?
Nah, it wasn't Vincent Jackson. I can't think of who it was, but they caught it and tiptoed and went out of bounds, and we kicked the last second field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I went off on every fan. I'm talking about the friends that I were with were Bengals fans.
Yeah.
I went off so bad that they grabbed me and was like, "Man,
we gotta go.
We gonna get killed."
Yep.
This is what set the Bengals fans off, though. The Reds were in a playoff game
2009.
that same night, and if they lost, they were out.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I went crazy because we just won the game, and I was like, "Y'all are some losers." And then I said, "And the Reds are gonna lose too." And that's when my friends grabbed me and was like, and pulled me out. But ever since then. Like, I've never really liked them, but ever since then, I've hated the Bengals.
I understand. I mean, I like the Bengals. I want them to do well, but man, I got a brother-in-law. You could tell he's new to this. He's just as obnoxious.
So you got making my case. Bengals fans are worse, man.
But you know what though?
They worse.
I got them winning this game.
Oh,
I mean, you ain't got no Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So. I do think, again, like I said about Buffalo, I think Cincinnati looks ahead.
Okay.
You know, they just played the Ravens. I got them winning 26-17. I think the Ravens score a few garbage points as well.
Like they did this past Sunday.
Like they did this past Sunday. 26-17. I got the Bengals moving
Man, I got a lot of teams scoring a lot of garbage points. These teams are garbage. Hot dog.
Trash. True. Trash.
Hot dog. Who you got in this Sunday night matchup? I already know who you got, but give me a score.
I got the Bengals winning 31-17.
31-17. Hey, man, y'all can pick my score for this one because I only think the Ravens got a chance in this ball game. No Lamar. You can go ahead and cancel Christmas, as my boy Tommy would say on Power. You can cancel Christmas on this one. So, anyways, like I said, y'all can pick my score for this game because it don't matter with this one. But let's get to the Monday night matchup. The reason why we got on our gear and this guy over here got on his gear. We have the Real Bay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Dallas Hot Dogs. Monday night, 8:15. The NFL knew what they was doing. They saved the best for last in this joint. They knew what was going to get the ratings.
Tom Brady versus the Cowboys.
They knew exactly what they was doing.
I called this last week. I said I knew this was going to be the Monday night game. I just knew it.
They knew they had to do this one.
They knew what they were doing.
So I don't know. Who y'all want to flip a coin to see who goes first on this?
I'll let I go.
Okay, what you got in this matchup?
Yeah, buddy. First off, Tom Brady owns the Cowboys.
Is he undefeated? I feel like he lost one.
He's undefeated.
7-0. Okay, 7-0 against the Cowboys.
He's undefeated.
You know, the Bucks. We haven't played great this year. But one game that we did play great
was the first game.
Was against the Cowboys. You know, we beat them the last two seasons.
Man, wake me up when Ike's done.
People will say, it's the first game of the season.
That's what this guy been telling me.
None of that matters.
Yeah, none of
that matters. It don't matter if
me
it's
you
week 1 or week 18. You play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got to come to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way they played week 18.
Okay.
It shows the true them. It shows what we always know.
What Cowboys do.
When it matters the most.
That's what they do best. And they got Dak Prescott.
I can't wait. But you know, I do think the score is going to be close.
Okay.
I think Brady gets the ball last 2 minutes of the game.
You got me ready to watch the game now.
I think seriously. I think we're down 3. He gets the ball the last 2 minutes of the game. He marches downfield and we get in that end zone. And we win 28-24.
28-24 Tampa Bay.
They're going to give him the ball with enough time to move the ball downfield. And we go down and we score.
Throw it over
28-24.
Dallas Cowboys biggest fan as he wakes up from his nap.
Man, Ike, you done? Thank God.
Y'all see, I just like Skipper Shannon.
He got Dak getting the game ball.
We got Dak to the game ball.
His favorite player.
Nah, Dak.
Somebody got his favorite player.
Somebody
getting the
gonna
game
ask
ball.
Dak for his jersey. I'm gonna hold on to this one. But hot dog. Monday night matchup: Tampa Bay versus your Dallas Cowboys. What you got?
Man, so I pride myself on being a realistic Cowboys fan.
Okay, there's very few of y'all.
I'm never one of those like, oh, it's our year. Like I maybe once in the last
25.
forever have said that. 2014, the Dez no catch year. I thought that was the year we could have possibly have won it all.
That's
but
fair.
we ain't winning nothing this year. Have
Yeah, my dog. What's
Have
wrong,
y'all
man?
seen our quarterback? He terrible.
I've seen him. You've seen him.
This man terrible. This man
think
looked
he's
like
great.
this man looked like the reincarnation of Quincy Carter.
I think he's great.
No, he's terrible.
He's awesome. I think he should stay our quarterback forever.
He is terrible. I hope the last 2 years flies by. There was no way Jerry Jones would give this man another contract. Terrible.
He's getting another one.
Ike made a lot of great points.
He's getting another one.
Tom Brady's on the Cowboys. I mean, the Bucs really aren't playing that great either. They have won the last few games before this. Of course, week 18 didn't matter.
Yeah.
Y'all were just playing to play. Before that, I think y'all had won 3 straight games, I believe. Y'all, I mean, y'all played some pretty bad teams, but y'all did win.
Y'all played a pretty bad team on Sunday too. Y'all didn't win, so there's that.
Well, y'all won
Not
9
just win,
games.
they
We
got
had
destroyed.
Oh, my bad.
And they was playing for something.
What were they playing for? Ike?
Because
We had a shot at the division.
The Eagles game was close.
Right.
The Eagles could have lost.
Uh-huh.
If the Eagles would have lost, and then they played the way they played.
That's very unfair. It was 19-0, and then they started pulling players, and then that's when the Giants started scoring garbage touchdowns. So it wasn't close until the end of the
but
game.
I'm saying, but it still could have happened.
But the Cowboys weren't going to win the game anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm going to skip all that. I said it weeks ago. I have no faith in this team. I just don't. I love my team, but I'm not going to come out here and be like, oh, we're going to win. We're going to do this. I'm not Anthony Walker.
That guy.
I'm not that guy. So I think the Bucs win 21-18.
21-18.
Before you go, like, I do think that if the Cowboys do win this game, it's gonna be because Parsons and them are getting
That's
that break.
what I was getting ready to go to.
It's because they're getting that break.
Because the last few weeks,
But I will say this. Right now, I've been reading. There's a real big chance that Ryan Jensen might play.
That's what. Yeah.
Getting Ryan Jensen
yeah,
back.
but Micah Parsons ain't coming up the middle. He's coming from the Donovan Smith's side.
But what helps is when you have him in the middle, you don't have to have that other person coming over to help clog that middle.
Yeah.
They can help on the outside.
Yeah.
Which is going to be great for us. So
But see, that's my point I was getting ready to go to. I was like, the thing that concerns me the most is the battle in the trenches, which is Dallas has a pretty good to subpar. Y'all okay with pass rushing. Y'all not great, but y'all not bad.
I mean, well, I think the last few weeks it's went down because Dan Quinn came out and said we're trying different things to see where different players are, especially the cornerback position. So they're playing more. They've been playing more max protection to the secondary instead of getting after the quarterback. Now, early on in the year when they didn't have to worry about that, they could play simple coverages. We were getting after the quarterback. Up until 3 games ago, we were leading the league in sacks. We still lead the league in takeaways.
And see, that's what concerns me is what if he reverts back to that because he knows Tampa Bay has a decimated offensive line. He says,
Dan Quinn said we're going back to.
See what I'm saying? That's my only concern.
well, one thing is, we lost our offensive linemen this year. But they've also been protecting Brady.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Brady
getting the ball
hasn't
out
been-
faster this year than ever before,
Yeah.
too.
He's smart.
He's smart. He's probably the smartest of all time.
Yeah.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He knows when to get rid of the ball.
Right.
He knows what audibles to call and put people in different positions.
Yeah.
He can read defenses. It's going to be a battle.
Oh, yeah.
I think the game's
It's
going to
not
be
gonna be a
close.
blowout. Yeah,
I
it's
think the
not-
game's going to be close.
It'll be within a touchdown, but
But I think if they put the ball, if Brady has the ball at the end of the game,
whoever has
he's
the
gonna make
ball,
something happen.
whoever has the ball last,
Wins.
I think wins because
I ain't gonna say that because I think we go up.
But number
I think we
4
go up, and when we kick the ball off, y'all had the ball with like 30 seconds left,
but number 4
and Dak throws an interception.
number 4 is going to throw an interception. And it could be a
We just
pick
gotta be
six of
ready for
Carlton
it.
Davis
We just
or
gotta
any of
be
those
ready for
secondary guys y'all got, but
We just got to be ready for it. He's gonna throw it in our
Edwards,
direction.
the
Mike
UK boy.
Edwards or
Winfield.
Jamil Dean
Yeah,
or
Jamil Dean.
Antoine Winfield.
Winfield, hey, that's who you, man. Now that's one thing as well is the way our defense has been playing here lately. We've been getting that after quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If we put pressure on Dak,
Oh, it's
and
over
make-
with.
I think the
Because
same
his
thing
offensive
that
line is not at full
I think
strength
the
like
same
y'all's
thing you said
either.
about Kirk Cousins applies for Dak as well. If
Oh,
you,
yeah,
if
you
you
can't
get
argue,
Dak
yeah.
early, I think we got it.
I've always said Dak Prescott is the black version of Kirk Cousins.
That is true.
I've always said that.
If
The numbers
Dak
are
is
the numbers are
comfortable-
the same. It's very eerie how the same. The only difference is I think Dak has actually won a playoff game.
put up
I
big
don't think Kirk
numbers.
ever has.
Put up big numbers.
Don't do nothing.
But make the mistakes at the
At
worst
wrong
times of the
time.
game.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I'm gonna let y'all know that if we do win this game, y'all better delete my number.
I'm deleting you. I'm kicking you out of Facebook.
You
group.
better block me.
If y'all win this, I don't know Brandon Dotson. Who? Brandon, you know Brandon?
Because this could possibly be Tom Brady's last game in a Buccaneers uniform.
It's true.
So that would be the
Are y'all
perfect
are
way.
y'all the favorite to win?
By 2.5 points.
Oh shit.
Yeah, y'all the favorite.
I don't know who comes up with these odds. I don't get it.
So how they 2-point favorites and we at home?
Well, because we haven't looked good.
But we at home though in a playoff game.
Even though we did bust their heads this year.
I'm going to go in a different direction than what y'all think. I think this game hinges on Leonard Fournette or Rashad White. If we can get at least 80 rushing yards, maybe even 90 rushing yards combined, or one or the other, y'all don't stand a chance.
I don't even think it has to just be rushing yards. Even the little dump off passes to him.
We got to make Michael Parsons move. We got to put him out in space. Like, I know he rushes off the edge. So when he's rushing off the edge, we got to have a running back chip him and then go out.
Right.
So now, therefore, they can't just rush Michael Parsons
And
off
that's
the
not
edge.
and that's not hard to do, Chip.
Yeah.
Micah, because Micah's not your traditional defensive end. He's a little guy.
I was gonna say he's not really big. He's not really
He's
stout.
built like a linebacker, but he plays the edge position. So I don't. But
We got to throw some stuff his way.
What's y'all scores?
What'd you have?
I'm sorry. I had what did I have?
I think you said it.
I said I
I had
think you already-
20 to 17.
Yeah, that's right. You
20
did
to
say it.
17.
What you
Yeah,
got?
Tampa Bay.
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I was going to say you
I'm
better.
going with Tampa Bay. The only thing that concerned me was the game was the battle in the trenches. But I'm going to go with Tampa Bay in this matchup 24-21.
But you
I
all-
do think it's a close ball game.
You all
as well.
talk about like y'all worry about your offensive line. We're not good at stopping the run.
That's why
That's been our weakness all year long. Now it's gotten better for the last month, but
And then I tell you now, if we establish a running game early against you
It's
guys,
over. Yeah,
it's gonna because if we establish a running game to where we can get into play action,
yeah, it's rough.
that's when
But not
Because
even necessarily just doing the play action. If we can run the ball and control the game, especially with the Brady the way he plays, yeah, it might be a blowout.
The thing with them though is if they run the ball well against us to keep Brady off the field and they apply pressure at Brady,
I think Tony Pollard is the most important player.
That's what I was
on this
ready to
couch.
say.
He definitely
Run
is.
the ball and just get him out in space. Like let him catch the ball. Run some what's the play called? The wheel routes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like just Tony Pollard is the most important player. Now he's been hurt the last couple weeks, but he hasn't played much. They've been resting him for the playoffs. But Mike McCarthy, if you can hear me, please leave Zeke in Dallas.
I was getting ready to say, if y'all run Zeke, y'all running right into our hands. That's exactly who we won't have the ball.
Let Tony Pollard and Malik Davis run the ball.
Because if Zeke is running the ball, he's ground and pound. That's what we want. That's what we want.
somebody else I think is important for you guys in this game is Michael Gallup. And the reason I say
he
so,
need to wake up. He need to earn
is
that money.
because if he's not giving anything,
You can
and
double
we
CD
can
Lamb.
put
It's
and we
over
can
with.
put the other help to
Roll the
to
CD
shut
to
down,
CD.
then and not even just that is if you're not really having to worry about him like that, and you can use Winfield and rush the quarterback with
Yeah,
Winfield
it's going to be. I
and
mean,
put pressure on Dak.
but if y'all blow us out, I won't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me one bit because I just don't think you can't play as bad as you did Sunday. The week people are like, why would you play your starters? I'm a big believer in not resting players. Mm-hmm. I'm a believer in keep playing, keep that momentum going into the playoffs.
Yep.
You only rest the ones who have like
injuries, little nagging
injuries.
injuries.
Yeah.
You think because before that last game,
Like
the
sprained ankle
Cowboys
type stuff. Let me bring you on
You
that.
think about that game before Sunday. The Cowboys only lost 2 games in the last 10, so they were on a roll. Those 2 losses were on the road in overtime. So I mean, the Cowboys have played good this year. It's just that game against the Commanders. If we would have beat the Commanders,
You felt more comfortable.
I would have picked the Cowboys to beat y'all Monday night. But after seeing what I saw Monday and the way they played, I've lost all confidence and little confidence I had.
Give me a stat for Dak Prescott in this game. What's his line gonna be? The whole some for something,
the whole stat line,
some for some yards, interceptions.
You want the whole stat line?
Whole stat line. I just want to see what your
All right,
expectations
I'm not
of
going to
Dak
try
are.
to guess completions and attempts.
Okay, give me yards.
I got 250 yards.
Uh-huh.
I got, I'm going to say 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
God no.
I just don't believe in this man. I just don't.
You know how hard it is to throw 3 interceptions?
Hang on. All right, you know what? That's a little fair. Let me think about it. I'm going to say 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That interception will be a pick 6,
Okay.
and he will fumble the ball.
Okay, that's fair.
I got him throwing for 270.
Mm-hmm.
2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
2 and 2.
I think the last interception though is
The one that
at
does
the,
them in.
at the very, very end of the game when Tampa goes up and they have seconds, like 30 seconds left,
And he does that stupid.
He throws a pick at the end of the game.
And he does that stupid thing where he looks at the screen like, I threw that? Like, he does that. He's like,
But you know,
I'm like,
what-
bro, you
know what you did.
you know what you did. Also, what you just said is, but I also wouldn't be surprised if y'all blew us out.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised. It depends on what Tampa team comes out. Now, I told Todd Bowles plays very conservative.
Oh my
which
God,
I
gets on
can't
my
stand
nerves.
it.
Gets on my damn nerves.
But I think, like you said, they're going to open the playbook.
They
They know this is different. It's a different time. Tom Brady is going to say, "All right, listen, man, we got to go." And it's like I believe the NFL is all about matchups. I believe
course,
there's some
yes.
teams that match up better against others.
Without a doubt.
The Cowboys don't match up well against the Packers, and we hardly ever beat them. The Cowboys don't match up against Tom Brady. We've never beat him.
The Bucks don't match up against the damn Saints.
Okay, see,
They
you know
have
what I'm
our
saying?
number.
Yeah.
Okay, you look at
The Rams.
The Rams
have
have
our
our-
number.
and you look at the Eagles. I think we match up well against the Eagles, and they're arguably the best team in the league this
Speaking
year.
of the Eagles, I honestly think whoever wins this Tampa Cowboys game
Will beat the
goes
Eagles.
into Philly and
I do.
wins.
Too. I believe that too. You heard that, Drew? Is it T-shirt
I really
time?
do. I really do believe that.
Okay.
I do
Shit,
too.
I'm
I'm-
talking
me and
big
you-
boy talk today. I like your show today.
Me and you can agree to that.
I know it's early and it's going to change because different teams could win and all that. But right now, who y'all have playing in the Super Bowl, and who do you have winning?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I got Cincinnati coming out of the AFC, and I got San Francisco coming out of the NFC, and I got the Bengals winning the Super Bowl.
Ugh.
I was cool with the Super Bowl matchup until you did the winner. But I mean, shit. 49ers and Bengals are two. But go ahead. All right, while I'm looking at the.
All right. For me, before the season, I was thinking 49ers. I didn't say it because I can't say it around Chris Jones.
Man, I had
But
the Rams in the Super Bowl.
well, I ain't even gonna say I had the. I didn't have the 49ers until Trey Lance got hurt.
yeah.
Once Trey Lance got hurt, I was like, I like the Niners.
What do you think? What do you think the 49ers season looks like if he don't get hurt? Because the last time we saw Trey Lance, he got beat by the Bears.
If Trey Lance doesn't get hurt,
They don't make the playoffs.
trash.
If they
Oh,
don't,
they
Trey
terrible.
Lance,
Trash.
This man terrible.
yeah. Nah, they ain't
But
happening. And with the fifth
once
pick
he got
in the NFL draft,
once he got hurt, I'm not a big fan of Jimmy G, but I think he
serviceable.
he can manage the
he's
game.
serviceable.
He's not gonna he might not
not
come
gonna
out
wow
and
you.
win like wow you, but he's not gonna lose you games
Yeah.
either. So I have the 49ers coming out of the NFC. I want I hope the Bucks come out,
Yeah.
but
If they
you
don't.
know, I just think the Niners are that damn good.
I mean, like, I give it a
But
2% chance the Cowboys make it out of the NFC. But if they do, man, y'all better block me.
Lord have
y'all
mercy.
better delete me. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be unbearable.
Lord.
I've been hearing these jokes every year.
Now the AFC, I was picking the Chiefs to come out of the
That's
AFC
who I was going to go with.
until DeMar Hamlin got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, still praying for him, man, and his family and all
absolutely.
that. But when he got hurt, it made me change my mind. It made me pick the Bills. And the reason is the Bills are already playing because they want to win a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I mean they've been in
But
contention
now
since the
they're
season
playing.
started.
Now they're playing
For him.
for their friend, their teammate, their brother. They're playing for him. They want to be able to win the Super Bowl, go to the hospital, put a ring on his finger. I think they play with that passion. It gives them that
Yeah, that extra
and I
extra
thi-
something.
and
yeah.
I think that pushes them over the top
right.
to get to the Super Bowl.
I just
But then getting to the Super Bowl, the only reason that I'm going to pick the Bills to beat the 49ers is because I think the moment will be too big for Brock Purdy at this time. At this time in his career.
But you know that could happen this weekend.
It could.
I just think
It definitely could.
I before the season started, I had Buffalo and the Rams in the Super Bowl with Buffalo winning. I had Josh Allen my MVP, but the Bengals have done better than I thought they would this year. Like I really did not expect them to do what they did, especially after losing their star corner.
They're still trash.
Yeah, I mean they'd beat y'all for
They're still
sure.
trash. I
I mean,
don't care.
didn't they trash y'all?
They
They
still
shouldn't
trash.
have. We was busting their heads.
Man, they
and
busted
then
y'all heads.
we
And I
was,
don't know what
we was
happened.
busting their heads, and then it was they kicked off. It was a kickoff or a punt. We fumbled.
Yeah.
they're in the red zone.
Yeah.
They score.
That's what I'm saying, man.
We turned. It's a bad handoff when we. You know,
This shit rolled downhill, bro. Just
we
one thing
fumbled.
after another
They're
thing
in the
after
red
another
zone.
thing.
They scored.
Yeah.
like it was like all like back to back to back.
Yeah, I
Where we
understand.
just was we for real.
gave
I'm not
them the
gonna
game.
say they. I'm not gonna say
Me.
like they beat us.
I just, you know, we
I think
talk
we
about
beat
that.
ourselves.
We talk about that going back to the Cowboys Commanders game. That was a big emphasis on why you thought the Cowboys would struggle this week. You look at how that Cowboys Commanders game started. We had a first down. We had to punt. Bobbled the punt. They got the ball at the 20-yard line. They score a touchdown. The next drive, we don't go anywhere. They get the ball. They don't go anywhere. We get the punt, and Turpin fumbles it. And they get the ball at like the 15-yard line. We've seen games like that where it's hard for teams to come back from things like that. And it's like, y'all were busting wide open. One mistake can open a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
The difference is y'all were playing for the division right then.
I mean, yeah,
Y'all
but
were
at the,
play-
at
I
the-
mean-
but okay, you could say the same for y'all. At the time, y'all were playing for y'all's lives to stay on top of the division.
But we were still on top. Even with taking that loss, we were still on
at
top.
that time, y'all were probably tied with who?
Nah, we
Carolina or
were still
Atlanta?
on top. Even after we lost, we were still number one.
By one game. It was still
But
close.
we were still.
It wasn't like y'all were leading by 4 or 5
But
games.
we were still number one.
But I'm saying is any game, like I'm not just using y'all's game as an example or mine, but like, okay, I'll go back to the Cowboys Minnesota game. We'll beat them 40-3, right? Now I don't think anybody thinks the Cowboys are 37 points better than the Vikings. I sure don't. I'm sure you don't, and you don't either.
I do.
But man, you hate it. But the thing is they got the ball first. We got 2 straight sacks, and then they punted it, and we blocked the punt. It takes one thing like that, it's just demoralizing. It's like y'all were up. I don't remember. Were y'all up like 18 or something? Y'all were up big. In that one moment, it just opens up a whole can of worms, and it seems
Changes the whole
atmosphere.
Changes the whole
You turn the
trajectory.
ball over, they get the ball inside the 15. They,
Yeah.
they score, which gives them some momentum. We get the ball back. We turn the ball over again. In the red zone.
Opened up a can of worms.
They score again.
So in the Super Bowl, since we're giving Super Bowl previews at the start of the NFL, you got the
I got the Bengals,
And the 49ers
49ers,
in
and
Super
Bengals
Bowl.
winning.
you got,
Bills 49ers with the Bills winning.
and I'm gonna go with Chiefs and 49ers with the Chiefs winning. I'm gonna give Pat Mahomes his second Super Bowl. I get the whole Bills thing, but they still got to play the game. I just don't think they have enough for the Chiefs.
But I wouldn't be, before you say it, I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers win it, though.
I wouldn't be. Wow.
Oh man, I don't even want to
wouldn't be
think about
surprised
that.
because of their
No.
defense. Because of their defense, Debo, CMC, if Brock Purdy comes out and he just manages the game, he doesn't turn the ball over to lose.
That defense is just
I think
nasty.
their defense is good enough. Their run game is good enough where they could win it.
I don't even want to think about it.
Now,
I'm not gonna-
that
I'm
would be.
not-
Listen, to me, I would rather hear Eagles fans. I would rather hear Bengals fans than to hear Chris Jones.
You look at Chris Jones though on social media, he really don't talk that much unless it's about the Lakers. And we know they ain't going nowhere.
Why we got to? What the Lakers got to do with anything?
But if
I was making a point.
if the Niners win,
Oh yeah, he gonna let
we
him
will
hear it.
never hear the end of it.
But you know what?
I'm not terminating his contract.
Pete Carroll is, in my opinion, one of the best coaches in the league. He could easily come up with a game plan, and they can pull off. Anything can happen in the playoffs. You remember back in the day, Seahawks and Packers in overtime.
Boy,
We're
I
gonna
hope
take the
the
ball,
Seahawks-
and we're gonna take the ball. We're gonna score. And what do you do? Throw a pick six.
I hope the Seahawks win.
I hope too. I'm with you. I hope they beat them.
We think the 49ers are going to win, but we hope the Seahawks
We
pull
hope
off-
12th man.
We hope the
12th
Seahawks
man.
pull
12th
off
man.
that victory.
That's just like for me. Like I think the Bengals are going to beat the Ravens, but gosh, I hope the Ravens win.
I hope they do too. But man, that concludes our NFL preview show. Let us know in the comment section who you think are going to win this week's matchups. We'll be back next week to give our second round matchups. Hot dog, you got something you want to say real quick?
Go Cowboys. Pray to whoever you pray to. Cowboys
Oh
win.
my gosh.
All I say is when you letting us know who your picks are, don't be biased.
No, don't pick
because
with your
I
heart.
wasn't biased. The only reason
No.
I picked the Bucks was because we were playing the
I
Cowboys.
picked the Bucks to win.
Yeah.
So obviously, I ain't
Now,
biased.
I do think we'll beat the Cowboys, and I do think that we'll beat the Eagles.
Whoever
I
wins this
think-
game will beat the Eagles.
I
think we can
believe
agree to that. Yes.
I believe that. I think after that,
It's up in the air.
I think if the 49ers happen to lose, and we beat y'all, I think we could go to the Super Bowl. Because
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Don't jinx it.
the Giants and the Vikings, I think we can.
Just jinxing it. You keep talking about you gonna jinx us, man.
How?
One game at a time.
I'm serious.
I mean-
I think the same thing for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think if the Niners,
Oh, you can talk about
if the
Cowboys.
Niners
I
lose,
think-
the Niners lose, and the Cowboys beat the Bucks, I think the Cowboys can go to the Super Bowl.
Not with that quarterback, no.
I do.
I hope they do,
don't-
Neil, just to spite you.
I don't see the Giants or the Vikings.
Just to spite you.
No, I don't
Just
either.
because you have to root for number 4 in the Super Bowl.
I'm not rooting for that man. I'm rooting for Tony Pollard.
Just because you got to root for that man
Nah,
in
I
the
ain't
Super
rooting
Bowl.
for that
But man,
He's terrible.
man, we want you to like, share, and subscribe to the show, to the Beyond the Game YouTube channel. If you can't sit down and watch the show, you can always listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can sit down and listen to us while you're working out, while you're driving to work, while you're at work, wherever you at. But we get ready to get on about this thing. For me, Hot Dog, go ahead.
I got one more thing. If you can like and share dumb memes all day, you can like and share our videos.
Take 2 seconds to hit the share button. But from Hot Dog, Ike, Nephew Q, we get ready to get up out of here. And as always, treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And we up out this thing. Y'all.
Go Cowboys.
Peace.